Hey students, this is Mr. Moore and I'm back with you for the final piece of the Unit 2 review on the age of Reformation. I am using again and always will use for these official AP review sessions the key concept study guides, and I'm going to cover the last topic, topic 2.8. My objective in making these videos is to help my students pull all of the pieces of the puzzle together. If you listened to a lecture in my class early in the year and you did your textbook assignments and you had class discussions and we watched videos, my hope is that you can pull all of that together here in this review, and you won't just treat this video as a review, but more of a springboard to make sure you go back and hit the things that you are not as comfortable with, and you remember some of the resources that are available to you so you can walk into the AP test comfortable and confident. Every single year, I get students right before the AP test who ask me, Mr. Moore, can we just have a solid review? And that's what these videos are. They're not meant to be entertaining. It's obvious I'm not a professional YouTube video maker. It might seem kind of boring and straightforward, but honestly, it's just designed for those students who are like, hey, I want to crunch the information. It's better if I hear somebody say it than just reading it myself. And then also we can diverge just slightly and try to pick up the pieces, like I said, and put that puzzle together of history. The topic here right now is topic 2.8, Causation in the Age of Reformation and the Wars of Religion. One more time, I don't think I could overstate this enough. This class is not just about content. It's also very much about skills, your historical thinking skills. And I've tried to emphasize in my class that in all of your writing, you should follow the pattern of claim, evidence, and reasoning. You make a claim, you provide substantial evidence, accurate, detailed evidence. Sometimes the evidence is given to you, like on a document-based question. We're giving you the evidence, you just have to know how to use it. And of course, the reasoning is the piece that ties everything together. When I say reasoning, I mean one of three things: either compare and contrast, show cause and effect, or continuity and change over time. When you're writing, you'll just pick one of those, and it will be obvious according to the prompt that you're given. In this case, at the end of Unit 2, 2.8, we're talking about causation, so cause and effect. If you've been doing this review session, by the time you're done, you should be able to answer this learning objective. So here is learning objective G. Explain how the religious and political and cultural developments of the 16th and 17th century, that's 15 and 1600s, affected European society from 1450 to 16488. And so this is like the last little culmination to say, here's what you need to know before you're done reviewing this section. Make sure you understand these bullet points. Religious pluralism challenged the concept of a united Europe. The Protestant and Catholic Reformations fundamentally changed theology, religious institutions, culture, and attitude towards wealth and prosperity. Religious reform both increased state control of religious institutions and provided justification for challenging state authority. Conflicts among religious groups overlapped with political and economic competition within and among states. European society and the experiences of everyday life were increasingly shaped by commercial and agricultural capitalism, notwithstanding the continued existence of medieval society and social structures. Population shifts and growth commenced in commerce caused the expansion of cities. I'll repeat that again. Population shifts and growing commerce, that's trade, caused the expansion of cities, which often placed stress on their traditional political and social structures. The family remained the primary social and economic institution of early modern Europe and took several forms, including the nuclear family. When they say nuclear family, father, mother, kids. If you get beyond that, with aunts, uncles, grandmas, grandpas living in that, that's not the nuclear family, and that becomes the standard in Western Europe. Popular culture and leisure activities and rituals reflect the continued popularity of folk ideals, reinforced and sometimes challenged communal ties and norms. We spent a bunch of time talking about what norms are in previous review sessions. The struggle for sovereignty within and among states resulted in varying degrees of political centralization. The new concept of the sovereign state and secular system of laws played a central role in the creation of new political institutions. Every single one of those have been discussed in detail in previous sections, or previous topics, I should say, in this unit. Unit 2. We've covered everything about the Reformation? No, that's not what this is. It's not meant to be every single thing. If you are still uncomfortable, I again invite you to go through the review videos that cover topics on everything from the Peace of Habsburg to the Counter-Reformation to what Henry VIII was doing, and everything in between, right? There's also tons of videos that will cover all of the key guys who will help you understand the Reformation and Martin Luther's role in it, and what we mean when we say Protestant Reformation. So by no means are these videos supposed to cover everything, but my job here was to cover the AP European History Unit 2, the Age of Reformation. And as we conclude Unit 2, hopefully you've been inspired to go back and do some studying on your own, and watch some of those videos to fill in the pieces of the puzzle so you understand both the causes of the Reformation and what effects it brings onto European society and even our own country today. If you look at the Bill of Rights, the first 10 amendments to the Constitution, look and see how the Reformation plays into that. Look at what a big topic it is in the world today, as people continually try to understand what it is to live in a pluralistic society. We've come a long way from the religious wars of the past, I hope. And I hope we continue to have more compassion on people and be able to tolerate and understand each other in the world that we live in today. There's no doubt that there's religious conflict both in Europe and the United States, as people from Muslim countries in North Africa flood into European cities, and people from the Middle East, especially places like Syria and Iraq, where there has been war in the past, are moving into countries like Germany. And as Muslims come into European cultures, it's causing tension. So religious tension is not something that's in the past. It's just different religious tension today. And so as we close off this unit, hopefully you continue your study of world religions and understanding that age of Reformation. Thanks for joining.